Hi, Eric Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and today I'm going to tell you why I get to the conclusion that most people, they don't want to learn photography. They just want to make picture, and that's it. So let's start. So don't get offended. What I'm going to say is maybe not about you, it's other people. That's very possible, I hope so. But I still think a great majority of people who have a camera and say they want to learn photography actually do not want to learn photography. And so I'm going to give you several points to explain my point of view and why I say that. First, if we look at YouTube stats, when you look at channels, you will see that when people speak about gear, they have a lot more visits than when they speak about photography technique. And it's not just my channel, it's many channels, except if the channel is just about tuition, obviously, or you see what they have, you don't see anything, no? But when I look at my own channel, I think the most useful videos are the 5 tips of the month, and they have a lot less visits than other things like sometimes opinion or gear, mainly gear, okay? Why? Because people, they want to get their camera, they want to go out and shoot, but they don't really take time to learn, to listen, to learn new techniques, tips, knowledge, all this. If it was just my channel, I would say maybe I'm better at speaking about other things than tuition. No, it's general. When you look at many YouTube channels, you see the visits. And when they speak about, when they give you the tips or the information to better your photography, there is not as much success as if they speak about anything else regarding gear or whatever. The first symptom that someone doesn't want to learn photography is when they tell you they want to read the user's manual, the camera manual. Obviously, you need to read this manual several times because if you don't know how your tool is working, it's impossible that you concentrate on photography. It's impossible that you make good photography if you have to think about the camera only or mainly. And people, they say, oh, I just got a gift, a camera, I don't know how it works. I read the manual. So very often I say, very as educated as I can, I say, read the manual, but I feel like you don't want to learn photography, give this camera back. So you must learn the camera manual, having the book in one hand or the PDF in one hand and your camera in the other hand, and then you check this button that says here is here, and this menu that says that it's here, all this. Although if at the beginning you don't know exactly what they mean, or you're new to photography and you're not sure what they want to say, but you've heard the terms, the buttons and the functions, all this. So the day you need them, you don't waste hours guessing there is something like this. You know it exists, so you can check the manual again, go back to your book or the PDF, and then configure the camera. But someone who says he doesn't want to read the camera instructions or manual simply does not want to learn photography. Many people think that making thousands and thousands of pictures make them better photographer and give them better photography. And that's not the way it works. Obviously, if you make thousands of pictures, bit by bit you will better, maybe, probably, but it's going to be really slow, really slow. This is not a matter of quantity, this is a matter of quality. You must think about the picture, you must observe the place, and then you must decide, configure properly the camera and measure light, all this, and then you make the picture you need, okay? So once you make this good picture as you want, you won't feel like making other 300 pictures of the same thing because you will have the right pictures. So people, they tend to make many pictures and then pick the one that looks okay. And this is not being a better photographer, making better photography. This is just shooting like mad. It does not help better your photography. Too many people think theory is not useful. And they don't understand that you need to know the theory to be able to concentrate on making picture and forgetting about the theory. So you need to know it, to forget about it, and concentrate on making the picture. So very often they give you the example of musicians saying, yeah, but I know this musician is just plays by ear, doesn't know any theory, and does not even know how to read music and is great. Yeah, there are some, but there are few exceptions. And when they get to the top, there are not that many that actually play just by the ear, you know. So you cannot get an exception making a generality. So this is very important that you understand that. You need to know theory. Otherwise, your picture will not be okay because there will be just pure luck. So I think people don't understand that. I mean, it reminds me that when I was a sales instructor with the smaller boats, you know, when I was 16, 17, and 18 in France, I've been sailing since I was 7. So at that time in summer, I was an instructor, and we would go get groups of people coming to just to learn how to sail. And so we would always ask, who knows how to sail and who doesn't? So we make 2 groups, and we put that thing that floats in the water. I can't remember the name. And you put it on against the wind, and you go and turn it. You have to go zigzag like this, and then turn and come back because you have the wind against you. So we'd say, okay, go and turn the floating stuff and come back. So people who knew, they would go zigzag like this, turn and come back. And people who really didn't know, and they thought they knew but didn't know, they were not able to go against the wind, and they would drift on the side and then go back to the beach and walk along the beach, pulling the boat, and come back and say, no, I could not do it. Why? Because these people actually didn't know how to sail. The boat sailed it by itself, and they were following the boat, but they did not actually knew how to manage. They didn't know how to manage a boat, and they thought that they were able to sail, but they did not. No? It's like kids when they go to a fair and the small car turning around like this. They feel that they're driving, but they're not driving. This is the whole system that is turning around, you know. And this is a problem. You need to know theory to be able to make pictures. Another point is analyzing your results. Many people, they make pictures and they keep the best one and they throw away the bad one, but they don't analyze the results. And you should take time to check the bad ones, take notes of what is wrong on them, and the good one also to take notes of what is good. So next time you don't repeat the same mistake, and you repeat what works for you. So this is really important, analyzing results. It's important that you separate 2 phases, 2 moments in your photography life. One is the learning time, and one is the souvenir, birthdays or family pictures, all this. Why? Because while you're learning, you cannot miss pictures in important moments. So if it's the birthday of your kids, you cannot be trying to be a great photographer and artist all this in this moment if you don't have enough knowledge. So you can even put your camera in automatic at this moment, and it will make less mistake than you anyway. So, and then you get this picture, and that's it. And when you're in the learning moment, then you concentrate on configuring the camera, learning, making mistakes to learn all this. And then bit by bit, after a few months, years, whatever, both moments will get together, and then you will always dominate the photography moments. But at the beginning, don't try to be a pro or an artist when you cannot afford to miss a picture. You build a photography from the second you actually look at the place, look at the photography, what you want to do, okay? So it's very important that people understand that. First, you look, then you get your camera in front of your eye, and then you make the picture. Then you have configured the camera properly for what you want to do, okay? And then after this, if you wish, you can edit the picture in post-production. But it's just if you wish, it doesn't have to be necessary. So when people say you need to eat this meat with this sauce, otherwise it's not good, then the meat is a bad meat. That's it. Don't look any further. If you need the sauce to eat the meat, it's because the meat is not good. If a picture needs an addition to be good, it means this picture is not good. So it doesn't mean you should not edit, but you should do it in the right order. Check, see the picture, make the picture, and then edit if you wish. I've got nothing against presets, nothing against edition, whatever. I think it's good to get your picture into a higher level maybe, but the base must be good, okay? Not the other way around. Too many people think that better gear makes better pictures, and this is completely false. The best pictures are made by the best photographers. That's it, period. So if you change your gear thinking you'll get better picture, you're wrong. You will maybe in some situation get better image quality, more sharpness, less noise or whatever. But this doesn't mean a better picture, it means a better image quality. Good pictures are many things like the theme you're taking, or the framing, the composition, all this. And the rest is just added, but it's not the main thing. So if you change your gear just thinking you will make better pictures, you are completely wrong. You must be a better photographer to get maybe some better things out of a better gear, but normally that doesn't make you better pictures. Many people who say they want to learn photography, they don't dedicate time learning about light. Natural light, artificial light, the way of lighting, orientation, fall off, all this. They don't want to learn this. So basically, photography, from the Greek, writing with light, basically if you don't learn light, you don't want to learn photography. That's simple. You must dedicate time to learning how light works, how everything about light. This is the base. Many people say they don't want to follow rules, and it's useless to follow photography rules. And they're wrong. Rules are there, and you must know them by head. And it's very important that you don't have to think about them. You must know them so good that you don't have to think. You just intuitively can apply them and concentrate on the picture. Obviously, if we all apply the same rules, we all make the same pictures. So when you dominate the rules, then you adapt to your style, or you create your own personal rules or own personal style. But first you must know all the rules to be able to skip them later. But if you don't know them, you cannot say you skip the rule. You basically don't know them. So you must know all the rules. This is really important. Last symptom is when someone makes a photography that is not properly framed, or lighting is bad, all this. They say that is art. This is art. Yeah, I mean, you can lie to me, but don't lie to yourself. While you do not dominate technique, lighting, composition, framing, all this, you're not making art. If one of your pictures is like art, this is pure luck. This is not art. Okay, this is luck. And you must learn dominate everything. So an artist is not a guy who starts smoking a joint and then get something great. No, it's someone who dominates the techniques, knows everything, and then may create some art. But honestly, if, one of my picture, my whole life, get to the level of art, and people remember me in 100 years for that picture, then that was art. Otherwise, it was photography, and there's no problem. You can make great photography without being art, but this is another debate. But the idea is, don't justify your bad pictures saying this is art. No, it's a lack of knowledge. So work on that. Okay. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a small button down here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, you get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below, and also put in description links of my gear on Amazon, also links to other parts of my YouTube channel. Please take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye.